Hey guys, next up in the workshop, we've managed to capture something that the BPRD has been looking for a long time. Hey guys, welcome to the workshop. We are going to be working on Nimue the Blood Queen from Hellboy the board game by Mantic Games. So we're just going to jump right into it and give you a little bit of backstory as we go. So first off, because she's a Blood Queen, what's the color of blood? Red. So we're going to start and, Mephiston red. All kind of bloody sort of things. So we are going to take our medium base brush and we are going to get some of that red out of there. Grab a little bit of water, smooth that red out. And now it's time for a whole lot. Whole lot of red paint. Of course, here we can be a little messy. We don't have to be as nice and tight as we will later on. Because this is just our base coat. Yeah. So, if anybody's actually, for those of us who've seen the latest Hellboy with David Harbour starring as Hellboy, you will know that Milla Jovovich played Nimue. She had a chance to play our beautiful and deadly Blood Queen. A lot of red on this one, which is okay, because it's one of my favorite colors to work with. When the higher ups at TheRatHole tabletop reviews gave me this one to review and paint. I kind of looked at pictures of her to kind of see what I was dealing with, and I saw that the majority of the miniature was going to be red. I was like, oh darn. It's one of my favorite colors to paint. I was a little, a little happy with this one because I was like, oh, I should be able to do this, no problem. Because red, and I love painting red. Then I looked at some of the other colors. I'm like, oh, flesh tones. All right, that is something that I am definitely capable of doing. And black hair. Okay, we got ourselves a winner of a miniature here. One that I should have. No problem painting. So what I'm doing is just kind of working the miniature over with a thinned down Mephiston red to get a nice smooth finish that doesn't destroy the details. Doesn't clog them up with paint. Well, kind of keeps everything looking good. Going around making sure that I got all the spots that are supposed to be. They're supposed to be red. At least get a red base coat on them. Again, I'm just gonna give it a second coat in spots. Making sure I'm getting into all the little nooks and crannies, crevices. So as you can see, we've done the base coat just on the red. We will be going in with smaller brushes and different colors. For other parts. But right now, we're just kind of working on the big red cloak. There we go. Now what we're going to do is one of my favorite things with one of my favorite colors. We're going to give her cloak a wash. Be nice and messy with it. Because again, this is the messy part. This is the part where we get to kind of color outside the lines and just kind of be messy. Okay. I'm going to use my old standby egg Raxer shade. We are going to layer it on. We're going to move the wash around. Make sure that it gets all tucked into the crevices and the creases. Making sure, well, you know, basically making sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. Just kind of working the wash all around, making sure it's settling into those deep crevices. I mean, her outfit's got a lot of folds and a lot of movement to it, so I'm trying. Try and get it to sit right where it needs to sit. And of course, like we're early in, we're only one color, technically two colors in. And technically, we'll allow that to wait to dry, which usually takes about an hour or so. But, we're but hey, some of us are a little raring to go and paint other parts. So what we're going to do, we're going to very carefully, oh, pardon me, oh, put the green on one of my painting stands. Let's see if I can get some other colors laid in there. Again, my go-to for flesh is Bugsman Glow to start. Now this miniature, I haven't seen any other miniatures from the Hellboy game, but if this one is any indication of how the other ones are, this is not bad. Okay. Oh, I apologize, folks. We are going to take the small layer brush, Buxman Glow. Buxman Glow is what I like to use as an undertone because it has a bit of red in it, and you know, people have blood vessels and stuff like that just under the surface of their skin, so it gives them kind of a, that's where you get your ruddy and rosy colors from. Some of it's a little hard to get into right away because wash might be in your way, or kind of picked out a wrong spot. Of course, I'll be going over the skin tones again. Once everything is dried up and yeah, there's not much I can do until the wash dries up. Well, that's okay. Because while we're waiting for her to dry, I can tell you a couple of cool things about Nimue. She lived in the time of King Arthur and Merlin, and if I remember my story straight, I will have it fixed for you the next time. But if I remember correctly, she was kind of with Merlin, at least for a while, but things just kind of went sideways, and they found out that she was actually you know, the Blood Witch. She was evil. So according to the movie, anyway, they chopped off her head with Excalibur, because Excalibur was not a weapon of man, which was, you know, one of the things, weapons of man cannot hurt me. But it was not a weapons of man, so he Sir, no, uh, sorry guys, yeah, it's kind of a weird moment here. So yeah, she was involved with Merlin. They found her to be evil, so they um, dismembered her body, put them into chests, and took them to different to far-flung destinations on the British Isles, and she was to never be seen again. But if that were to happen, we wouldn't have a cool Hellboy movie, and there wouldn't be more of the tale. Now, the Hellboy movie, it's been up for a few years, so I don't know how we want to do the spoiler thing, but she comes back anyway, and she sets upon trying to bring to get Hellboy to take his birthright, which is kind of interesting. I don't want to give too much of the movie away, but like I said, the Blood Queen, Nimue, was played by I just had the name and now it's gone, but that's okay. Milla Jovovich, that's the name. Haha, I remembered. You guys are trying to fool me, but I got you. And it was an interesting movie. Yeah, it was okay. I don't know too much about her in the comic books. I can only disseminate the information I have from the myths and from what I watched in the movies. And that was... And I don't want to do that if you haven't seen the movie, and I don't really want to spoil it for you, but I mean, it is, you know, it is Hellboy, and they do have the Blood Queen, so she comes back somehow, and how she does it, that's for you guys to find out and watch the show. So in the meantime, and in between time, what we are going to do is we're just going to leave this right there. We're going to let the washes dry, and when we come back to it next time, we will start working on the robes. We'll start actually pulling and creating the depth in the folds of the robe, of her cloak, or what you have it. It'll be quite the fun time. I am looking forward to this miniature. But until then, be safe, stay safe, paint safe, and we'll see you next time in the workshop.